A lot of my research revolves around how do consumers choose pricing plans. So you can take an example, for instance, let's say in the digital music industry. When you think about pricing plans, immediately iTunes comes to mind. You think about pay per song, 99 cents per song. For a lot of the times, it was just a uniform price, one price for all the songs out there. Very recently, iTunes has changed that. They now have 79 cents, 99 cents, and $1.29. Compare that with something else, let's say eMusic. So eMusic is a provider which, instead of giving a pay per song, provides subscription plans. So this is like a monthly fee. So for instance, you pay, let's say, $15, you get a certain number of downloads. Okay? So those are two very distinct ways of thinking about how consumers might choose among these different kinds of plans. And of course, how consumers view either a pay per song or an a la carte kind of plan versus a subscription plan or a monthly fee kind of plan clearly has implications about what providers must be doing. What should be their optimal prices? What prices should they be providing? On average, consumers like the pay per song versus a monthly membership. Okay, so that was sort of one big finding. So, and that kind of, look, if you look at iTunes, you can sort of see where its market share is coming from. Consumers on average like that. Okay. But on top of that, when you start thinking about from the retailer's point of view, let's say, you say, okay, indeed, consumers do like a pay per song. But now if I'm a retailer and I'm entering into the market, should I go with a pay per song or should I go with a subscription-based plan? So clearly, if you think from the consumer's point of view and this finding that people like pay per song, indeed, if you had one plan in mind, it should be a pay per song. When you ask consumers why do they prefer an a la carte versus a subscription, there is a lot of uncertainty in their mind, in the sense that, when you think about a subscription plan, in some sense you have already paid the money and you're not thinking about, well, you'll be able to consume all of that or not. If I don't, I've kind of sunk the money. It's not very clear. When you do it on an a la carte basis, you kind of pay as you go. As you decide that your consumption kind of needs some more songs in this case, you go ahead and purchase them. So you're not bound to any particular contract. So that's one sort of overpowering aspect of consumer behavior when you think about these different kinds of plans. There's this lot of work in economics and other sciences which seems to suggest that a two-part tariff, which is basically a monthly fee and a per minute price, that seems to be the preferred pricing model because, on the one hand, you can kind of put the monthly fee and try to get as much from the consumer as possible by changing the per minute price. Okay? We started off by saying, is that really true? Is really a two-part tariff a good thing? Because on the one hand, in some sense, you're restricting the market. There are some people who might not want to pay that monthly fee. So is that really profit maximizing? Okay. We started off with that question, and then we also wanted to answer the following question. That if, let's say, you have exactly the same cost to you as a customer, let's say $40, under a monthly fee plan and a pay-per-use plan, is there some reason to believe that just the very fact that you are under a monthly fee plan or a pay-as-you-go kind of plan will have an effect on how much you will consume? So does the price structure itself affect your future consumption and retention with the service? We find overwhelmingly so. The monthly fee plan actually has a huge negative impact on how long customers will stay with the service and how much they will consume. In fact, over the entire year, when we kind of look at the overall profits, we see that under the monthly fee plan, if you don't take this impact or the negative impact into account, you might misforecast your profits by as much as about 11%. So it's very important. Again, the overall idea is that it's very important to kind of take consumer behavior into account when people choose among these plans, because that has implications on what you do as a firm.